Dreamers Welcome Podcast.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast. We are back in the building, live from Moves Media. I go by CEO PESO. I'm blessed and highly favored. Have a very special guest in the building right now. Somebody I've known for a while, been through the trenches with plenty of situations where we got out of. My man is a artist, producer, DJ, influencer, motivational, significant person to the world that we around. We have KMagic in the building.
What it do, man?
Cool, and how are you, bro?
I'm doing well, bro. Thanks for having me on here.
I appreciate you coming through, man.
Finally.
You know, you like, where's Waldo, man? We have to make sure I catch you in town or whatnot, man.
Our text messages do say, like, every other text message is like, where you at?
Where you at? Yeah, like I'll be everywhere too. So, but nah, you in LA right now? Like that's where you actually reside at officially.
Yeah, I've been there.
How you feeling that? How you like LA?
LA's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely elevated being out there, bro. My network definitely expanded. I'm using my network properly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the sun shine different in LA, man.
It does. When you're on the palm trees, man, they give you a different.
And then, like you said, like the grind and everything too, like it definitely makes you elevate. But we gonna get to that, man. So, like I said, I appreciate you coming through. You know, the platform is it's for everybody. You know, we want to just speak on the come up, the grind, and you know, just put some stories out. You never know who you might inspire. You never know who's watching. Period.
For sure.
So, you know, whatever stories come out, we want to make sure that, you know, in a positive way, it's gonna affect people.
For sure.
So let's start from the beginning. Those who don't know you, KMagic, your background, where you from, where you grew up, and your upbringing. How was it?
KMagic, Northside Legend, man, straight out of North Dayton, Ohio. I've been on the north side over there. Lived over there damn near all my life. North side is North Main, 48, Route 48, Philadelphia. A lot of people know that intersection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the most popular ones in the city. But yeah, man, I grew up over there with my brother, my mom, and dad. Went to Valerie Elementary School off of Philadelphia. I went to hella schools, bro. I went to Valerie, Corpus Christi.
Bouncing around.
North Dayton School of Discovery, Dayton Academy, Omega School of Excellence.
But that's how you damn near get well known when you get to coming up around motherfuckers like, I went to school with you back in the G type shit.
Yeah, so, you know.
Man, shouts out to Mom and Pops, because I know them personally too. Great people, man. Great people.
Sure.
They always be helpful and down for the cause, man. So shouts out to them. Yeah. Why it's so important for you to rep Northside? Like you hold that down for some reason. Why is that?
I mean, for real, when you talk about Dayton, people usually talk about the west side or the east side. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of popular guys that's doing music on the west side. There's a couple guys that's been doing music on the east side forever too. But nobody really talk about the north side. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of legends from the north side. And I'm from the north side, but I'm on the northwest side. You know what I'm saying? That's Philadelphia Main Street. North side, northwest side. So, but yeah, man, we got to put on for that because, you know, it's a lot of dudes that's done a lot that came out of the Trotwoods and the North Mines and the Meadowdales.
Come on, man. Trotwood right here, man. Come on, man.
You feel me?
I live in Fairgrove. Come on.
Yeah, that's the north side shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, fact. I love it. So coming up, cause you do a lot right now. What was your earliest memory of like what you was trying to do when you was like a kid, like getting into the world? Like,
my earliest memory was like I wanted to be an architect.
Makes sense though. I mean, I get it.
I can't draw worth nothing, bro. I can't draw, but I always wanted to be an architect. And I don't know if people remember when you was little, you could go to the dollar store and get like these little programs and CD-ROMs for like $1. And I bought like a interior design thing for like Windows 95.
Yeah. And they're busting it
doing
down.
blueprints and building rooms and like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be an architect. But then you know, I slowly got into music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what part of music did you get into first?
Shoot, my first memory is I got a video from when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I'm singing Usher. You Don't Have to Call remix with Ludacris. Like I'm singing my heart out, bruh. Thought I could sing like Usher. I felt like Usher was one of my favorite artists growing up. I felt like I was Usher, bruh.
I would never thought Usher would be one of your favorite artists.
Yeah, man. My Ways CD, man. That came out like '96. I was like 4. I don't know how I got onto that, but
So did you wanted to be a R&B singer, or you
yes,
just
bro. I always wanted to be an R&B ass nigga, like for real.
Word.
Always wanted to sing, but that was one of my first memories is actually getting on my brother's little webcam, Logitech webcam, and recording myself singing that song. So,
okay. Let's talk about any the influences that you had, like when you started pursuing like the music. Who would you say was a couple big influences to you?
Well, first of all, my brother. It wasn't necessarily a person in music. Like he went to CTC. You know what I'm saying? The school out there in Inglewood. He went to CTC, and one of his homeboys was using what it was, at the time was like FL Studio 4, and he was like, "Yeah, let me get a copy of that." And he got a copy of it, and he brought it home to me. So you feel me?
Oh, so he got it for you, not for him.
Nah, he didn't get it for himself. He just
like,
yeah.
Let me
like,
get that.
I don't know what made him like give it to me.
Okay,
that's what he did. He got a copy of the.
So because FL Studio, so you started using that for production, obviously.
Yeah, for making beats.
Okay, and how old was you at this time?
I was like 11. I was 11.
All right. So how did that go? Because a lot of people, we get into stuff and then we kind of just like dismiss it. So when you got into production with FL Studio, was it something that you was like locked in on? Like, man, I love this.
I was locked in.
Okay.
Like I started making one of my first musical inspirations was 50 Cent. Like when I started making music, at the time I was making music.
Yeah.
That's who I was listening to, like 50 Cent, Soulja Boy, Lil Wayne, of course.
Talking about their production. Well, wait, music.
Their music. And ultimately, I started remaking the Soulja Boy beats because he used to make them in FL Studio, so we had the same sounds.
Yeah.
So I could go in there and remake his beats. So that's what I was doing. I was going in there remaking the Soulja Boy beats. But then that same winter, my brother decided to buy me some turntables and a monitor and a microphone.
Okay.
So
okay,
like
we
Kenny kept coming
in
with the gifts. He's like, bro, make music. Like he just always wanted me to make music. Like
okay, so hold on before we go into the DJing aspect, because that's around the time where I met you when you was DJing.
Yeah.
So you was still trying to.
But this is all at 11 though. Like this is still.
Oh, still this.
At 11 years old, like that. Kenny brought home that fall. He brought home FL Studio, and then that winter he bought me a turntable set, a microphone, some monitors. And I was making music.
Shouts out to Kenny, man. That's crazy. Because that's crazy for him to like just put that on you. Yeah. Like just out of nowhere, like he buying you out, like just stuff to just, I don't know, prepare you like to be creative or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty fucking dope. All right, so the balance from DJing and production and then the artistry, which one was you feeling more at the like progressing into?
Making my own beats and rapping at the time.
Okay.
That's the first thing I was doing. I got a lot of tracks that I would rap over. I would go on 50 Cent at the time. The Get Rich or Die Trying was coming out. He on his website you can get the instrumentals, right? So I used to get the instrumentals and rap over those, and then I used to rap over my own beats, make my own little mixtapes. That next summer, like I was 12, I went to engineering camp at Purdue, bro. I brought a mixtape up to the campus, and I dropped it in the tape player and let the whole little camp listen to the shit, like. And people were blown. Like,
hold on, where was you recording at?
In my bedroom.
So you okay? So he bought you a microphone and all that too.
Yeah, bro. I had a little computer desk in my room already.
Oh, so you was a one-stop shop, just doing everything.
Yeah, at one time, literally like making the beat. Then as soon as I make the beat, rap on it. You know what I'm saying?
So even coming across like the turntables and FL and everything like that, like no manual, no nothing. You was just like teaching yourself how to do everything.
Yeah, I was teaching myself how to do everything. That was before YouTube and all that shit, bro. Like,
what do you think that do for you when you just like get thrown into like damn, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I know I want to do it. Like, what do you think is the positive out of that?
Man, at the time I really didn't know I was doing that. It was just like something I was coming home from school and just after I was doing my homework, that's what I was doing. I wasn't really watching TV. I played sports though too, but baseball, football, basketball. But after I was done with all that, like practice and whatever, I was coming home making beats.
Okay.
So it's just something that intrigued me, and I kept going. Like,
so what would you say was the time when you actually was like, all right, I'm about to go full throttle with like I'm taking this serious. What made you make that shift?
When I was around like 16, that's probably when I started like popping up on y'all, like you, JR, Sleeko,
Mm-hmm.
Oreo, Superstar O, Railroad, Mike D.
The whole
I was,
conglomerate, man.
Yeah, I was like 16 when I started coming around y'all, and just seeing what y'all was doing, I was like, damn, like I want to be a part of this shit too. And
Man.
even though I wasn't necessarily in Trendset, but I was like, I felt like I was just always, affiliated or there with
Nah,
y'all.
definitely. I remember when you first came, and at first I was like, "Who's a little hyper ass nigga in here, or whatever?" Because I just
was hype.
you was hype as a
hell.
motherfucker though, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this nigga though?" And then I think either JR or Rail said he was Kenny little brother. I went to high school with Ken, so I'm like, okay, he instantly the homie.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, okay, but you was doing a lot though, far as like.
Yeah,
your resume at the time
that
was like,
first year, like that was the first party I DJed. I was 16. I DJed the 16th birthday party for my homegirl Malia. It's funny because I ran into her yesterday and we talked about it,
right.
And she was like, ever since then, me and my mom always talk about it. We knew you was gonna do some crazy stuff. Like,
nah, me and you, because I remember I used to host parties with you, and we used to rock that shit, man. That was a great time, great vibes. So, man, so okay, so you getting into the DJing, you 16, you know, you getting to being around us. I feel like you kind of let the DJing, take the back seat for a second. And you really started pursuing the artistry.
Yeah, I did. Because at the same time, even though I'm still DJing parties and doing all this stuff, I was still making music in the spare time. Like, I had
so making music never had to stop. Like, pause.
It was all continuous and parallel.
In between, yeah.
Yeah, so it was always continuous and parallel. Shit. In high school, I had a song on the radio. I had 2 songs on the radio. I had my own song. Then I had a song with like who I was on that. The Rail Bird, Spank. I can't forget. There's a couple other guys. They was playing that on the radio. They was playing at the basketball games because it was called Balling Out the Gym. So like the funny thing is I was making the music and then DJing and playing my music. So
hand in hand.
Yeah, like
so why not throw your shit in rotation?
You feel me? So,
yeah. Nah, that's clutch.
That's how I always worked.
Okay. So so like I said, it's kind of hard to do this interview and not answer the questions already because we was in Orlando and everything together. You seem like you just became very like relentless on like how you was pursuing it. Like I said, because you travel a lot and everything like that. So the importance of just like the way you bounce around and everything like that. You ever felt like you was just doing too much, or did it always feel like the necessary moves every time you would, make these moves though?
At times, it felt like I was doing too much.
Explain.
And it was because it was outside energy that was making me feel like I was doing too much. You feel me?
Word. Yeah, I've been through that.
So, like,
so you got periods of people just telling you like
peers, family, everybody, like girlfriends, homies, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How come you ain't let it affect you though?
Because I had the vision, bro, for real. Like, I went to sleep, I seen the shit in my dreams. I woke up, things were happening that I knew could lead to those dreams. You know what I'm saying? Being around those people, those environments, like, I always had the vision, bro. Like, a lot of people lack vision, and that's why they are either timid or they just try to shoot down your vision because they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? So I always stuck with my vision. I believed in my vision.
Okay.
And I had to get relentless, bro. I had to get selfish. Like,
I better say, because when it comes to doing stuff like that, you do build resentment or friction or whatever. So let's talk about just how do you choose to balance that out, because you always gonna upset somebody when you trying to like make yourself happier though. So how do you balance out like just going against the grain on every relationship?
One thing, bro, that I understand now that I was doing that I didn't understand at the time, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, he really said, you got to go through all the emotions. You got to feel them emotions.
Favorite interview, yep.
You feel me? So I ain't never tried to numb my emotions. I ain't never tried to hide from them, bro. I really felt every emotion of doing all this stuff, bro. Like, you feel me? You got to go through it. You feel me? Let me tell y'all a quick story real quick. My pops just told me. He was like, feel me? It was a young girl and her dad driving in a storm. And she asked the father, like, you want to take control? And he's like, nah, keep going. So the girl kept going. The storm kept getting worse. And then she was like, are you sure you don't want to pull over or something? Like, he's like, nah, keep going. And at the time, other cars are pulling over, and she's like getting kind of nervous, but she keep going because, you know, she's going.
Yeah.
So she finally gets to the storm, and her pops tell her pull over. And then she's like, okay. Like, so she pulled over, and they're like, get out. And then they get out. They look behind them like, what's back there? And then she's like, a whole bunch of cars pulled over. And he's like, what else? He said, and they're still in the storm. And he's like, that's right. He's like, I'll take control. I'll drive now. So basically what he's saying is like, you know what I'm saying? If you slow down through the storm and you pull over, you're going to be stuck in it. You got to go through it. You feel me?
Damn right. Yeah, I
to
love
get
that.
to the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I get through that. So
Shit, I
those
love
are things I'm really applying in my life, and it's really like, it's manifestation is real. Like,
and that's the difficulty though, man. You like just people don't understand, like, bro, this shit is like so fucking hard to just like not stop. I done seen so many people stop, and then boy, they sitting on 4 flats at this point.
yeah.
Niggas ain't getting it. So man, you man, bro, when I say influencer earlier on the introduction, I say that because obviously it look like you living your life, but you know, you really be around like in like the connections that you build up with everybody, like, you know, you well known in a lot of different places in the world. So let's talk about the importance of just like getting out there and networking. Like, I'm pretty sure you didn't put yourself in like uncomfortable positions, but then, you know, you make it work.
Man, a lot of uncomfortable positions.
Yeah, you feel me? You got any stories of like that was like mad uncomfortable? Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Man, hell yeah. A lot of times you gotta swallow your pride. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was working down in Atlanta. I was doing production work for a company that provided media for Revolt TV. You feel me? And I was young. I was like 21, 22. And just living in the east side of Atlanta. In the hood, get your door kicked in, your windows busted out, people stealing your equipment, like, you know what I'm saying? Got to work 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying, all day long, then go to the studio still to try to make your dream work, like, you know what I'm saying?
But what do you like about that though? Because it's only to still put up with certain stuff like that. It's something that you gotta like, not about the situation, but what is it that you appreciate more going through all of that shit?
Listen, man. Another thing I just resonated with recently too is like, I was listening to a spiritual guy talk about like your current state. Like, he said, you like your current state. That's why you are in your current state. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't change unless you have that urge or that willingness to change. And I knew that, like, you feel me? Like, every point that I was at was going to lead up to the bigger moment. So I enjoyed the state, bro.
Period. Like, but you seem very comfortable in your skin with everything you're doing. Like,
everything.
Like, because one thing I do appreciate about what you do, man, is you don't got nothing to lose. Like you taking full advantage of what your life is giving you right now, though. And that's why I'm saying, like, bro, your influence is like, I mean, you be off the grid a lot, but you still come through and then you make it look effortless, though. That's me telling you, bro, you be killing shit, though.
Man, I appreciate it, bro.
Nah, for real, though. For real.
Woo, yo, bro, I be going through it.
Trust, I know. But so you tapped in. You was in fucking with videography at one point too.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So how do you shuffle through like just picking and choosing like what you want to get into? Like, are you just somebody that's like you willing to try whatever?
Well, nah, not necessarily. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's not an accident. Like, it's not an accident. Like, my pops had went overseas when I was like in middle school and my brother was in high school, and he bought me a camera so I could go record his baseball games. You feel me? So that's where the camera came in. Like, I had a camera to record my brother's baseball games, and I started editing the footage and, like, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, bro, I can
really like
do some other stuff. Then went to high school, I started making, like, you see, bro can tell you, like, I had the camera every day in high school. We played basketball. I'm in our locker room before games with the camera out, like, really documenting shit, bro. Like, and I started making little movies in high school and just for class and projects, and just when I got into when I wanted to, like, really helped, like the 1913 movement when we had that going on.
Yeah.
When I had first graduated from high school, and we had met Ryan Lightborn when he came to
Shouts out to Ryan, man.
Yeah.
Man.
When he came to shoot Railroad Video with Travis Porter, like that really made me spark the interest in me. Like I can shoot music videos.
Yeah, we was interning with him for a second too.
Yeah, for
going
sure.
to the Plies
That's
videos.
what led me down to live with you in Orlando for a while.
Yep.
So,
it was just amazing to see that though, because before I was even tapping in on videography, you had everything going already. So I'm like, man, like we had the chance to, Ryan working with us, letting us come rock with him. That Orlando days was great, man.
yeah, I was sleeping on PESO couch, literally. You feel me?
Man,
Look, bro, I ain't embarrassed to talk about none of this. You feel me? I was young, like 17, 18, drove down to Orlando in my Infinity. You feel me? Was on I-4. You know
making it work. Making it work. Listen, man.
And I remember, you feel me? I was trying to give PESO as much money as I could. In 1 month, like Ryan was selling his camera, and I called Pops like, Pops, let's get this cheese. PESO gonna get the camera.
Yeah,
Dad did it. Like
Dad, Pops cut the check, helped me get the camera. Yeah, because remember we was riding back from Daytona, and he like, anybody trying to buy a Canon 7D? I'm like, nigga, I'll buy that motherfucker. Like, nigga, what? I ain't know shit about it, but I'm like,
you was gonna work it though.
But then just being around you with the camera, like that energy that was being circulated down there was crazy, and I had a blessing to be able to be going to college down there and having my own space. So anybody was welcome. That was my whole thing. Like, bro, I want anybody to come down here because when I went to Full Sail, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and just me being at Full Sail, yeah, that was crazy.
That was a fun time, bro.
Every fucking day we was recording shit.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
A lot of people, especially in Dayton, was watching. So
yeah, I mean,
in Orlando, like everybody was watching. Like,
because we made, I realized, man, we at the time we was doing it like it was just second nature of us, like record it, upload it, and do that. And then we was ahead of the curve, like very early with what we was doing.
Our first MacBooks and stuff.
Yeah. iMovie and shit like that. Like everything was looking crazy. Yeah. So let me ask you this too. With everything that you accomplish and your growth, it's like characteristics that you got to change. Like what did you say the biggest thing that you had to change about who you were as you continue to progress? Because you came from like a teenager into where you at now doing everything. So what's some changes that you feel like you had to crack down on in order to just like not break and keep going?
One of my biggest changes is communications. I had to learn how to really communicate because everybody don't communicate the same. You feel me? So you gotta be patient and find out, how to interact with others. Like, so, yeah, because in the music and entertainment industry, like so many different personalities, so many misunderstandings, so many just loose ends. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to communicate.
What would you say is more so your biggest accomplishment that you think you've accomplished so far through everything you've been doing? Cause you did a lot. We ain't even tapped in, skipper to flipper and everything. Like you done a lot. But what's something that you just proud of? Like, yeah, this is it. Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I got you on a good question.
Man, so I haven't told many, but a few know because it is real and it is important. Recently, I've been working with my boy Casey Khalil, producer from Sacramento. He signed the All Money In. Nipsey's the only person that's only on that label. You feel me? He been working in LA going crazy for years, and he always kept me close. You feel me? Send out my beats on production with his stuff, like A&Rs listen to my songs, and like really just looking out like on some real brother stuff, like you know what I'm saying. So recently, he took me in the studio at YG and let YG hear one of my songs. And YG hopped on
one of your songs?
On one of my songs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Hold on. Not a Beat is one of your records that you own.
It's a Mike D beat. But it's
shouts out to Mike D's.
Yeah, it's my record, but.
Well, YG on it.
Yeah.
Man, yo, you be coming up on some shit, bro. You be coming up. So what, you keeping that in the vault right now until when?
Man, I got to have this meeting with the publishing company and see what's up. They want to meet me, find out how I did this and just who I am and like what's going on. Like,
nah, facts. Yo, so man, another thing I want to tap into, man. You like you said, you got the UD jersey on.
You know that throwback Chris Wright, that 33 Trotwood alum.
Man, so explain the importance, man, on just steady repping your roots and where you from, because people don't see, but you got the Gym City hat, you got the nostalgic jersey. Like, why is it so important to represent the city in the form that you do?
Man, first of all, man, when you tell people you're from Ohio, a lot of people don't really know about Dayton, but it's a select few that really do know about Dayton. Mm-hmm. So I got to be specific and let them know, like, I'm from Dayton. And it's a lot of important history that come out of Dayton.
Definitely.
As far as, like, from every industry, bro. From
years, centuries.
Art, music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just technological advances, you know what I'm saying? Out of Dayton, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it feels good to be a part of that.
It feels good to be a part of that and to spread the message and spread the history and spread that's where, when you know where you're from, people can understand you better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You got to embrace that. So, like, when I be like, oh, yeah, I'm from Ohio, I'll be like, I'm from Dayton. They're like, oh, no, are you from Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati?
Yeah, they skip over us like a motherfucker.
I'm like, nah, I'm from Dayton.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, Dayton. Yeah, I get one of those. You know
some people catch wind, though. They know. But so, the motherfuckers who are tapped in Dayton, they be like, we get our respect for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm working on a project right now, too. It's going to be called Return to Funk City. So that's what I'm saying. That's one of the cultural things I want to spread to the world. Like, this is really Funk City. So
nice.
That's where the funk come from.
Absolutely. Man, I think we tapped in on a lot, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming through. And like I said, man, the dynamic, you know, I want people to know our story. Like I said, the Orlando days was crazy. There's so many stories we can get into with that. But you know, people just gotta hear this type of shit, man. You know what I mean? And shouts out to Kenny coming through,
KJ, the CEO.
On blessing you and putting you in the position you in now, though, because you didn't help us out a lot. You didn't, bro. You a big
my whole family. You feel me? They sacrificed a lot for me and my friends. You know what I'm saying? They done looked out for a lot of us.
And I ain't afraid to admit, man. Pops helped out. He cut the check, and you know, but it was just a blessing because of, you know, I extended my arms out to you just because I wanted you to succeed too. You know what I mean?
And we making it happen.
At your youngest age when I met you, you was inspiring me. I'm like, fuck, like I want to get a camera and all of that. And you know, years later,
same
man.
Thing, bro. Like I said, started and went back Uptown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, for real, your granny garage.
Yeah. Did you ever come
in the final days?
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
Uptown, bro.
Yeah. Granny's garage. That should be a damn landmark. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you for having me, bro.
You know, we're probably gonna do another interview because I like to have topic discussions and everything on here too. So, but I caught you while you was in town and while I was in town. So, yeah, you know, appreciate project on the way. Dreamers Welcome Podcast, and we out.
Return to the Funk City. You feel me?
Let's go.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast.